we get started, I have to give a quick disclaimer. Nothing in this video is to be considered factual. We simply point out patterns and things that seem suspicious. This video is strictly made for entertainment purposes only. Nothing in this video is factual again, and let's just go ahead and say the whole damn thing is scripted. Alright, now let's get into it. So I'm sure by now everybody has heard of the wildfires that are burning in Canada. And if you live anywhere near Canada, I'm sure you have noticed in the recent weeks that your air quality has drastically decreased for the worse. The sky is completely fogged out with smoke, looks almost as if there's a million campfires going on around you. And if you stay outside too long, your eyes and throat start to burn. And if you look on your weather app, your air quality is rated anywhere from very unhealthy to extremely dangerous. At least it has been in the Detroit, Michigan area. Okay, but what if I told you that there was more to the story than meets the eye? Why is the air quality and sky worse here in the States than it is in Canada? I'm talking drastically worse, like visibly worse. Canada has clear skies, United States, well, it looks like this. Just watch. So this is what the New York Manhattan skyline looks like on a normal day in the United States. And this is what it looks like currently as the fires are burning in Canada. Yet this is the sky in Canada. Makes sense, right? Watch. She says, while New York is blaming Canada for its polluted sky, Montreal, Canada sky, right now. Make it make sense, guys. If the fires are burning there, the skies should be worse there, correct? Now I know what you're gonna say. The wind blew the smoke around, Katie. That's why it's foggier in the United States. Okay, but now check out this map. I'm not even gonna explain it because she does a really good job. Just watch.
So, why is the air quality so bad in the Midwest, like where I am? Like, I'm in Ohio. I know it's worse other places. But as I'm looking around, it's terrible. Just in this area in general, it's just god-awful, right? Okay. Well, then why, when you come up here to Canada, is it really not even that bad? Like, obviously it's bad in certain places, but like, what?
All right, so this is a map of North America and the current air quality. And as you can see, the air quality is drastically worse around Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, New York, than it is really anywhere in Canada. There's only a few small places of purple in Canada. I'm sorry, but I'm just not buying that all of that is from wind. It just doesn't make sense. Especially when you pair it with this next video. Go ahead, watch for yourself. Roll the tape.
All the wildfires start at the exact same time. There's no thunder, no lightning. There'd have to be 25, 50 different arsonists at the same time, or something else happens.
That's so scary.
It's a clear sky.
All at once.
All at once. Look at this.
And all those little dots are
The wildfires
separate
start.
wildfires.
New Jersey.
Yeah, you can clearly see all of the different quote-unquote forest fires burning in Canada, that they all started at the exact same time. Make that make sense. If this isn't the most damning piece of footage that you have ever seen, then I can't help you, bro. This shit is nutty to me. We have to remember Andrew Dawson and everything that just happened to him in Alberta, Canada. We have to look at other things happening in the world and figure out what is really going on, because there's more to this story than we are being told. I'm here to tell you.
Put my tinfoil hat on for a second. I have a little theory about these wildfires that I want to share. And let's note that this is for fun, but I personally think it makes a lot of sense. So I saw a creator talking about how the chemicals from East Palestine was obviously floated up into the air, and we saw a map that basically showed it floating up towards, and now all those chemicals are burning and floating back to us for us to breathe in. And that part's not a conspiracy. That's the true part. But do you guys also remember that 60,000 pounds of ammonium nitrate that just like went missing? Yeah, well, that popped into my head once I saw a Canadian farmer on here whose video has since been taken down, or at least it's not in my saves or likes anymore, talking about how he saw a large plume of smoke that just rose up very quickly from...
See that? That's a forest fire passing by to the south of the homestead here. It's burning down in that direction somewhere, southwest. That's where it's burning. Suddenly came up in a giant plume today, just for no apparent reason whatsoever. Suddenly there was a giant plume of smoke. You know, that's not how fires start, eh? Like, if someone throws a cigarette, you know, there'll be a little fire, and then you'll see the smoke, and then smoke will rise, and people will go and look. A giant plume, like a mushroom cloud. Like someone set off a nuke. Like, that's what it looked like. It was that big. I mean, people are lighting fires, folks. Canada is burning because someone is deliberately lighting fires, and that's a fact. That's just a fact. You know, it poured rain in eastern Canada this spring. As a farmer, I watch the weather. So it poured rain in eastern Canada all spring. Now suddenly it's burning down. Complete nonsense. You know, and the media always says, "Whoa, well, you know, it's human error. It's just human error." It's human error, all right. You could attribute some of these things to human error, but somebody's lighting these fires. It's either ideologists who think they can, you know, change the world by getting rid of things they don't like, for instance, the oil patch. Yeah, they want us all in 15-minute cities, so burn down the oil patch. They tried to burn down Fort McMurray. That didn't work. It's time for people to wake up and realize that this land belongs to us, the people, living men and women. This is ours. It belongs to us. Those who would assume authority over us don't own this land. It isn't theirs. It belongs to the people, living men and women. It was given to us, the land. When you live in a place like this, everything you have comes from the land. So those who live there, that land must be theirs. Just saying, folks, if you aren't going to fight for your land, if you aren't going to fight for the earth, which provides you every bit of your sustenance and everything you need to survive here, you're done. You're done for. Don't know what to tell you. Time to wake up.
This was 7 months ago, before the Canadian wildfire.
Stopping climate change. No. Now the White House says blocking the sun might be the answer, but what would that look like?
Interesting. Boy,
Take it.
I tell you, when I first started reading this article, it was like I just started diving in, and then it was like offshoot articles and this and that. So let's talk about this. On October 13th, the White House announced it was funding a 5-year research plan with about something called geoengineering, specifically solar radiation management to artificially modify the Earth's climate. This comes off some studies back in the 1800s. Bear with me here. In 1816, in April, the Tambora volcano erupted in Indonesia with such force that it resulted in something called the year without the summer. I'm not sure if you've ever heard that term before.
No, I haven't.
Back in 1816, the year without a summer, because after that volcanic eruption, the temperature of the Earth dropped 5.4 degrees. Okay? Yeah, there was a lot of loss of life, there was a lot of loss of crops and everything. But moving forward, what scientists did, they started to measure this and they said, wait a minute. So the particulates and the aerosols from volcanoes actually blotted out the sun. So that's where this study is coming from. What they want to do is basically block out the sun by spraying aerosols into the stratosphere to reflect sunlight, just as, say, a volcano would do if a volcano was to erupt violently. So the United Nations is on board. They've recognized the potential of this, but there are so many critics that also say, wait a minute, time out. You could cause even more of a problem by experimenting with this. Seems like you got a question. Go ahead.
No, my question is, how do you study this without doing it?
So here's the way, they didn't go too much into the article about this except for this. Here's what's going to happen. And they'll start in a laboratory, obviously a laboratory. Sulfur dioxide, other particulates, things that come out of volcanoes. They're going to take those and they're going to try to find a way to block some of the sunlight out, and push it back out into space. Once they can do that in a controlled laboratory, I would expect them to try it somewhere on this Earth away from everybody, just to kind of see what it's doing to the reflectivity of the sunshine. To be honest with you, though, here are some of the potential problems you could have. What if it works and you have a button and you can press these aerosols to come and go? What if you dip the temperatures too low? Things die. What if it intensifies weather events, an unforeseen consequence? There's so many different things. Also,
No, but these wildfires are throwing conspiracies because of the style of the fire. Have you seen this stuff? Brett? Are you who you texting?
I'm looking it up to see like what the actual conspiracies are.
Well, it's just that whether or not over 100 fires can start simultaneously all throughout a large area at the same time. If you look at like the heat maps, it's almost like they all started together. It wasn't like a fire started and then another fire started. It was like they kind of all plume up.
All of southeast Quebec just caught on fire, guys. All of it. Insane. Insane. Look at that. The whole thing. All at once. Today. And this is on top of Nova Scotia, New Jersey, and the entire western side of Canada burning.
K. I understand the sun is hazy on account of Canada being on fire, but that don't explain why there's two.
But what is this shit on the ground? It's not pollen, bro. That shit is not pollen. What the fuck is that? Oh, raining. All over the road. Shit coming on the road. Look at this shit, bro. Oh. It's not pollen. No, it ain't. The only thing it could be is salt. That's it.
So I'm gonna take you guys down a rabbit hole with me, because my mind is blown and I can't process it, alright? So I pull up the weather to check the air quality, because, you know, we gotta do that now. Thank you, Canada. We love you. But anyways, and I'm looking at my area, it's not so bad, and I'm like, what's it like other places? And then I notice this bad boy. I don't know about you, but that's a perfect circle. And if you notice nothing else is even close to that shape, I had to find out, where is this, okay? So I pull it up. Like, excuse me, that is perfect. That is a perfect circle. And if you notice anything around it, it's very gradual, okay? That is natural, like air moving, how, you know, gas and fumes move. But what about that? There's nothing gradual about that, okay? Like, these people are dead. They're dead. They're not breathing. Because look, 500, we're supposed to be at 50. No, there's something wrong. There's something like, it'd be like walking into the storm while you're playing Fortnite. You just die. Okay? But I had to find out what's in the middle of this. Let's see. So I zoom in, and right here, you see this little main road? Okay? It has a unique turn there, okay? To me, that's the middle. You can be your own judgment, okay? But to me, that's the middle. I have to know what's there, right there at that turn. I'll show you. This place that just happens to be the size over 100 football fields, okay? It is a major electrical plant. It's the biggest in its region. And it is right there at that turn. You can look it up, James Bay Road, okay? Right there. Why is that in the center? Okay? Why is it in the center? And I even, like, went down farther in the rabbit hole. I followed this road, okay? I was like, let's see what else is there, okay? I'll show you. So, here's James Bay Road, okay? You go that way, you go towards the electrical plant, alright? But I noticed this bad boy. What's that? Does that not look like a road that goes into, or under the ground and disappears? Okay, I zoomed in. Yeah, it confirmed. Road goes in, goes out. What's there? Okay, I followed this road, which is nowhere close to that location, by the way. It's far down the road. There's no signs. And there's just signs that just says, protected area, protected area. What is that? Why is it in the center of the circle? Explain it to me. Okay? It's not all forest fires. So this is clearly man-made. Okay? A man, not natural. Not natural. Not a forest fire. Nope.